The Anchorage Ranch, established by Ezra C. Dudley and his son John in 1878, had headquarters on the Beaver River in present Texas County, Oklahoma. They controlled a range that extended from Kansas to Texas across the central Oklahoma Panhandle. Dudley operated the ranch when the Panhandle was known as the Public Land Strip, or No Man's Land, and as a depression struck in 1893 and in 1896, Dudley sold his rights to T.C. Shoemaker. Shoemaker enlarged the ranch by purchasing several surrounding outfits, and at the turn of the 20th century, Howard M. Stonebreaker invested in the venture. By 1904, Shoemaker had left, and the operation was known as the Stonebreaker & Zay Cattle Company, still using the Anchorage brand. Edwin Zay, a Kansas City banker, provided capital by partnering with Stonebreaker, and in 1911, the Oklahoma Secretary of State granted a charter to the Stonebreaker & Zay Livestock Company, with John H. Lucas listed as one of the incorporators. Stonebreaker & Zay scaled down the ranch and had a substantial amount of land planted into small farms, selling them through the Oklahoma and Texas Land and Loan Company. In 1939, Zay's widow sold the Anchorage Ranch to R.S. Kuhn, and in 1970 the R.S. Kuhn Memorial Foundation broke up what was left of the ranch, with Jack Freeman and Lewis Mayer purchasing most of it. The Freeman Ranch added to the ranch, expanding it and making it into one of Oklahoma's largest ranches.
Freeman Ranch is a third-generation ranching family that consists of three of us brothers, of which I am the oldest, and have two younger brothers. One brother actively involved in the day-to-day operations with myself. We have four ranch headquarters in Texas County, Sherman County, and Hansford County, Texas, Texas County, Oklahoma. We have a simple cattle program. It is not a cow-calf program. It is a calf or stalker to feeder program where we buy 400 to 600 pound stalker calves and sell 850 to 875 pound feeder steers to corporate feed yards, such as Cactus Feeders, Cargill feeders. Presently, our feeder cattle, the last couple of years, have been going to Cactus Feeders. The ranching business is sort of like dry land farming. You need rain. It's not so much how much rain you get in our country as it is when you receive rain. The 2011, 12, and part of 13 were biblical drought years in our area. 2014 was a very good spring, summer, and fall in our area, where our cattle had tremendous gains this summer, and just makes all the difference in the world when you have rain on ranch country.
Lee Bivens, Amarillo rancher, oilman, and civic leader, son of Oliver C. and Elizabeth Jane Bivens, was born on October 7, 1862, in Farmington, a small settlement south of Sherman in Grayson County, Texas. Bivens' interest in cattle raising led him to the Panhandle early in 1882. By 1889, he had built a makeshift shack at Claude where he lived alone. Then later his family joined him after he had established his new business ventures. Bivens purchased numerous ranches across the Texas Panhandle, and in 1918 he also purchased the Coldwater Ranch south of Texoma, part of the XIT Ranch properties near Channing. In 1995, the Freeman Ranch Company purchased the Coldwater Ranch from the Bivens family.
So this summer I interned in Chicago all summer, and they call Chicago the concrete jungle. It's nothing but skyscrapers, tall buildings, completely opposite from where I'm from, out in the Panhandle. And you know, I was in Chicago. I really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful place to spend the summer. Had a great experience, but by the end of the summer, I really could not wait to come back home. I've never really missed the Panhandle like I did this summer. So when I flew back from Chicago at the end of the summer, the first thing I did is drove from the Oklahoma City airport, drove 5.5 hours, and I went straight out to the ranch. And I really just, you know, we had a bunch of rain there at the start of the summer, and so it was really green, it was really pretty. And to go back to the ranch like that after being in Chicago all summer, that really meant the world to me. You know, it was really neat. I just went out and drove around, looked at the cattle. I actually went and sat on top of a hill for like 2 hours and just watched the cattle, and you know, I saw some deer running around. You know, it's really just a neat experience. And then also when I got back, my granddad, something he was really passionate about was gray horses. My granddad really enjoyed seeing gray horses, and that's something he always wanted to instill from the ranch. And you know, I think as part of his legacy out at the ranch, we've tried to continue to breed gray horses. And so when I got back out to the ranch this summer, I went around and saw some geldings, the horses we ride. And it was really neat. I'd never seen so many gray horses together at once. And you know, all these gray horses were running around, and it was crazy, like 10 of them got together at one point, and you know, I took a picture with them, and you know, it was something that was kind of special for our family, something my grandma really enjoyed, and my dad, and my uncles, and you know, that's something we're going to try and continue on in the future.